Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Black Ops 7 launch tournament here at Game Arena, the first LAN for Black Ops 7 in North America. I'm Deform. Accompanying me is Verdict. We've got an exciting day of Call of Duty ahead of us. Verdict, how you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I know the vibes there in Ohio are absolutely immaculate. Only crazy things happen there, as I've heard, Twitter being the source. But nonetheless, a lot of vibes coming through. I watched pretty much a majority of the stream yesterday, which was 14 hours long, dude. And I have to say, I might be overdosed on Call of Duty for the time being. But guess what? I'm back for more.
Yeah, we got 2 more days of it, and it's been just absolutely exciting. Everybody, you can feel the passion here in Columbus in the Game Arena. They're all fired up. They all want a piece of this prize pool. We talk about it, $6,000 on the line. That breakdown, first place gets $4,000, second place $1,500, and $500 to that third place team. So a lot to play for here on this Saturday and Sunday for this launch event. And not only that, Verdict, this is also a cast-off for us casters. So that being said, there are going to be votes that you have to have in order to move on to Sunday. You pick your favorite casting duo, whether that's us, whether that's one of the other duos. Make sure you put in a vote. That way you can hear them again on Sunday. So it's a chance for the players to show off their skills and a chance for us casters to show what we got, Verdict.
You know what? They're making the players fight for the prize pool. They're making us fight to work more hours. What kind of craziness is this? I'm here for it. I absolutely love it. Of course, if you love to hear our tunes, you love to hear our voices, make sure you vote for us at the end of our segment or at the end of the stream. If it's somebody else, you know what? So be it. Right now, this is the very first kickoff event of the year for this brand new title, Black Ops 7. Ladies and gentlemen, we had 52 teams start out this event. We are down to 26 now, and take a look at all the teams right there. I'll just tell you a story. 26 teams standing today, and by the end of our cast and by the end of this stream, we're going to only have 8 left.
Yeah, everybody fighting for their life here. Yesterday was just an absolute slaughter with 26 teams going down in that pool play. We're now on to bracket play for Saturday and Sunday. And 8 teams will be left after today. Our first match of the day will be TaKorea versus Coastal Gaming. You see that bracket that we have for you for the winner's side. There's some other matches going on. Shinto Gaming Club already up 1-0. And then Trauma Org also up 1-0 already. Things are starting to fire here on this Saturday. And Verdict, I'm ready to get into our match as well. TaKorea versus Coastal Gaming. This is one that I had circled. These guys have absolutely been firing in that pool play yesterday. And of course, we get to watch Cheeto play from the side of TaKorea along with Gunny Fire, Q-Pan, and Ashton. TaKorea, one of my favorites coming in. I was excited to watch them play this weekend.
No, absolutely. Anytime you got Cheeto in the mix, you're absolutely going to be loving it. As a matter of fact, I was taking a look at the stream when he was playing yesterday. My man's 3 years retired came in and dropped a big fat 30 bomb in the opening hard point. What a way to step up and stand out for your team. We'll see if he can continue to do that. They're going to be facing off against Coastal Gaming. Not too many names known on that list, but I'm looking forward to seeing, who's going to be standing out. What is standing out to me is, there you go. 2 maps are going to be played here in this best of 5. It's Den and Scar. It's all over again. Den and Scar, and then we end on Den.
Yeah, you know what you like here if you're these 2 teams. You like Den, you like Scar, so you pick them every time. I'm excited to see Overload be played as well. Instead of Control, Overload comes in this season, and it's a bit different from Control, but nonetheless, it's still going to be one of those game modes where you got to worry about getting that objective over there, getting those lives figured out. So we'll see how that ends up playing. Coastal Gaming, JT, SkyCod, Tricks, and Bacon for that side. Coastal Gaming, like you said, not a lot of players that are known for us, but nonetheless, they were the second in the pool play. They made it onto the Saturday. They lost to Pobo, but Pobo is not an org to be trifled with. They always make a good showing. The last event that they were here, they got very deep into this playoff bracket, and that's what I'm looking at again. We talk about Coastal Gaming. You lost to them, but you won the rest. I think Coastal Gaming has a great shot at taking down TaKorea here, even though TaKorea is the 1 seed coming out of their pool.
Yeah, both areas of opportunity to search and destroy too. So those are going to be the swing modes that I, want to take a look at. And more importantly, yesterday we didn't get to see in the best of 3s Overload. So this is just literally just going to be, unexpected to what we are to see of both of these teams. The formats with best of three yesterday started off with hardpoint, led us to a search and destroy, and then ended on a hard point. This time around, obviously, we're going to a more traditional style, with it being a best of five. So who knows? Maybe that overload will be the game choice, or the game mode of choice that swings these maps. But both teams losing search and destroys yesterday against teams that maybe not necessarily the best. Outbreak Gaming yesterday, for Coastal Gaming, was where they fell 6-3. Wasn't very close. And then also against Pobo, as you mentioned, very notable team. So this one we might just sweep under the rug. A 6-2 loss for Coastal Gaming. We'll be looking at that more importantly. And TaKorea, that's another one of their areas of opportunities too. So we'll see who comes out on top on those. If it does go to a game 5, that Den search and destroy should be very appetizing.
Should be indeed. Us casters, we always hope it goes the distance. We're hoping for a game 5, but we're loading up this game 1. We're ready to get things rolling here, and I want to know verdict. Do you got TaKorea? Do you got Coastal Gaming? Who do you think your favorite is going into this game 1?
I mean, if you're not, my favorite and who I think are going to win, maybe you're a little too different. If you're not back at Cheeto Wonga, baby, you're an absolute animal for not doing so. You can take a look at the passion pit right there. They're gonna be face to face, buddy. What's the over under on some of those energy drinks and coffees coming into game number 1 this early, buddy? I'm gotta say at least 1,000 milligrams. Am I right?
Oh, for sure. They're gonna be absolutely amped up. First blood goes to Sky. Cupin, a quick trade there. It's gonna be a back and forth affair. Time just gonna be contested for now. Sky started to make his way forward. What can you find? Shots on a one, able to take down Wonga, not able to take down AP Sully, but time gonna go white for now. 30 seconds left to fight for here on P1.
Yep, plenty to fight for indeed. Trying to get that side control is key. You get that position, you got Reigns for hell. Tricks going to be able to earn them off that heady, and P1 now going to be going in favor of Coastal Gaming, who's going to be able to get their, a little bit of share. This is a mixy hard point. You don't expect to get 20, 30 points off of it. If you do, your other team is going to be up for an upset. Right now, the saddle up for P2. Set up here for Tricks. Absolutely. Oh, going to get gunned there. Very tough rotation going to be earned here for the boys in purple. Coastal Gaming looking to lock it down here in the P2 side.
An early P1 to P2 rotation. They've got the early time. Cupin slides in, able to take down one, making a 2-piece for Cupin.
Okay.
Cupin looking to be the difference maker, making a triple. Cupin continues to pop off, and they have broken in. TaKorea starting to make their name known here in this map number 1 at Coastal Gaming. Now it's your turn to see if you can break into this P2.
Yep, early setup spoiled. Cupin going massive. The boys are starting to feel it. 3 down. Absolutely the last on hill. No, he's got a little support there. It is done. Bacon going to get the full wipe there. And that's going to be Coastal Gaming right back onto the objective. Very mixy P2 here. We've had early breaks. We've had mid breaks. We've got a hold here to saddle up for Dave's. Absolutely going to be on the entry. Going to get shut down those last 15 seconds. Well, it's going to be free time for Coastal Gaming. The scraps, they're earned for free. The rotation over for this P3 site. We're going to be looking at rooftops. Or, I'm sorry, we're going to be looking at the storage site. And it does look like the boys from TaKorea are going to be able to get that first advantage as Wonga tries to find the exit kills.
Only AP Sully there, though. He's able to take down Sky. Can you find a second? No, he's going to go down, so time goes the way of Coastal Gaming. Looking to take a 40-point lead here to start things off. You look at the scoreboard for a second. Tricks 9-3, Bacon 8-4. The two difference makers for Coastal Gaming. And on the flip side, it's been Cupin, but Wonga and Krylonix need to start stepping up here if you want to bring this back. You will be time going purple for now. Back and forth affair. Trades on trades. Time goes the way of TaKorea. Now 27 seconds left to gain. If they can collect all of it, they might just even this back up.
Good backline approach there from players 8 off the spawn. They're going to be able to tag team, get free kills there. The last 15 seconds should be going in favor of TaKorea. Tricks and crew looking for some exit kills, maybe a few freebies, maybe earn some streaks. Rolling into that P4 set as we get geared up for the last hill here on this rotation. So far, it's a split decision, 75 to 60, right about. Rotation's now going to be cut in half. Bacon going to be able to fry a few. Yes, baby. He's sizzling. That's 3 down. Almost a full wipe as the setup here for P4. This tree is a lockdown for the time being.
And Coastal Gaming has been so early on their rotations, it has allowed them to keep this lead. That's going to be a point of emphasis here for TaKorea, as they've been able to make some great breaks happen. But I don't know if that's going to be the winning recipe if you constantly have to break, but you will this time. And you're going to find the kills as well. Cupan able to take down Sky. Time goes orange. TaKorea, 28 seconds left for them to gain here. And like you said, a money hill. You just can't break in if you're Coastal Gaming. JT going to try his hand at it. Bacon's able to take down one.
No.
JT takes down one. Sky finds a third. 3 down in the feed, and Coastal Gaming have broken in to this P4 time.
Brother, that cannot happen. A two-piece right in front of your face. He killed your homie. Couldn't get their revenge. And now we're going to see this one continue to get a little out of hand in favor of Coastal Gaming. The setup here for the P1 reset coming through. 109 to 78 is your scoreline. TaKorea, where you at? Wonga. Cheeto coming through with a big bang up top. 9 and 12 is his scoreline. He's got a 2 streak, maybe starting to get hot here for the second set of hills as it opens up for business. 12 seconds through. Not too much time collected off of it, but it's P1 nonetheless. Very mixy.
3 down in the feed. If you're TaKorea, gonna have to regroup and try to hit this, but Sky takes down AP Sully immediately. Will be Krylonix able to take down one. Now, looking for these players on the time. You will contest just to make sure it doesn't continue to get out of hand. Krylonix able to find another, so that's gonna be time going the way of TaKorea. You've pushed them back. Number 6, Wonga starting to go onto that flank, and he's gonna be a player to watch out for that P1 to P2 rotation.
Absolutely. And just a little bit of context here. Gutty Fire is on AP Sully's account, and Ashton is on Cryolix. So Ashton, Cryolix, AP Sully is going to be Gutty Fire as their respective. Not sure what the situation is, but that is just going the context here. Last little bit of trickle time going to go in favor of Coastal Gaming as they're getting the setup here for P2 as well. They are looking to build a bit of a lead. 25 to be exact. Going to need to get a break here early on. Some good trades through the middle of the map on the objective. JT going to be able to turn and burn. Gunny right underneath. Oh, baby, able to find another, but it's Cupan who's able to get the trade. Sky there for the capture. And just like that, Coastal Gaming's going to get a complete wipe. And they're going to maintain control here of this P2. A little different from that first set of hills. Second set is a lockdown for the time being.
TaKorea, though, able to find 3 kills. You just got to take care of one more. That's going to be JT on the time. AP Sully slides in, finds the kill. 20 seconds going the way of TaKorea. Sky going to be looking to play these exits. You will still try to push this out one more time if you're Bacon. Dipping, diving. JT's able to take down Cupan. Bacon's able to find Wonga. Krylonix finds JT, and AP Sully takes down Bacon. Time goes orange. Still one last player here. Will he elect to chow it out? Sky's just going to dip and dive. Doesn't matter because AP Sully guns him to bed anyways. We'll rotate over to the P3 time, and TaKorea going to be on top of it early.
Yep, Tricks, the player to watch here in this particular instance. He's got to play his life. Oh, baby, he gets antsy with it. Perfect execution. Gets a collapse, 2 onto the objective. They've got both sides locked down for the time being. No, not so fast, my friend. Big gunfight, one on the outskirts. It's Cupan taking down JT, rather. And the hill now going to be occupied by TaKorea. They've got the storage container locked down the middle of the map as well. AP Sully looking to put on for the team. Yes! There's an 8 shot. Lovely. A comeback here. If they're able to hold and maintain the rest of this P2 objective, or P3 objective rather, should be a solid one indeed. Okay, Cupan gets a little too big for his britches. Throws his shoulder, dies.
A bit of a heat check there, but almost found the kill. Trix finds the 2-piece instead, and the time goes purple. Coastal Gaming, a 20-point lead here as we go into this final hill. You will be TaKorea there early. We talked about how it was a money hill for this map. TaKorea, can you lock it down? Can you retake that lead? Well, Coastal Gaming started to make that approach happen. Sky's able to take down 2. Wonga and AP Sully will go down. Cupan able to take down Sky, but JT sneaks in for free. Breaks into the time, and now he's looking for more. He smells blood in the water, and he will take down AP Sully as well. That's going to be 2 down in the feed. Wonga left alone. Just going to have to wait for those reinforcements to show up, and now it is Coastal Gaming who's able to break into that hill with 30 seconds left to gain.
You can't wait too long, Wonga. Now going to have to get involved and gets antsy onto the hill. Wins a big, make it 2. And just like that, that's going to swing the favor of TaKorea, rather. And the boy Cheeto going massive for the squad. Bacon now trying to make something sizzle here onto the objective. Is going to get a tag team there, but a team kill is going to come through nonetheless. The feed and the hill going to be in purple. That is a maintained lead throughout the entirety of this hardpoint so far through 2 sets of hills. TaKorea got to change something up. Coastal Gaming looking pretty elite as far as maintaining this advantage.
Third set of rotations will be TaKorea on top of the time, but Trix flies in, able to take down Qpin. JT takes down Krylonix. Wonga is able to take down one. Still going to be players here, though, for Coastal Gaming. Sky looking to lock things down. Will just be a slow approach for now for the side of TaKorea. Qpin going to be on this flank route. He's going to be able to find one. Can you find another? Well, you will have some help from AP Sully. AP Sully takes down two. TaKorea retake P1. JT, the last one you got to worry about, and Krylonix will do exactly that. Cut him down, and now 20 seconds onto this P1 still here, and you look at the P2 rotation, TaKorea on top of it. This may be exactly what they need in order to get this lead in the waning moments of this map 1.
Good call. Let's see if they can hold it off. This is the first setup they'll have on the P2. They're giving up a lot of free time there on the objective. AP Sully on the route. Sky looking to piece him up. Does. That might be the back lines being compromised. Now it's down to the 2 players onto the objective. The slide out. 21 by Krylonix, as well as Wonga onto the objective. They've got moral support on the outskirts and on the interior, 2 stacking it hard. Wonga chunking the stun, looking for the respawns. Where are they coming from? Through the middle of the map. JT gonna get caught, tossing the nade. No trophies on point. Sky gunned as well. Wonga starting to hit peak form. That 20-point deficit absolutely eviscerated and evaporated for the time being. Can TaKorea continue? Whoa, Qpin! Nasty with a 2-piece.
Reads it to perfection, is able to find those kills, and now they have finally taken the lead. What has been Coastal Gaming all of map 1, finally TaKorea going to be on top, but just as I say that, Coastal Gaming breaks into the P2 time. They should be able to collect the last 10 seconds and retake the lead, but this is as close as can be, Verdict, as we rotate over towards this P3 time. You might be able to win it here, or the rotation over to P4 is going to be a big one. We'll see who's thinking ahead or who's thinking, let's win it right now.
Let's see if you can get the job done here. Early rotation for TaKorea doesn't pay off with the 1 player left standing. Qpin is him. Yes, indeed. Moral support now on the outskirts of the objective. 3 players quickly spawning on in. Storage is locked down. No. Wonga not able to win the gunfight there, and all of a sudden things starting to shift. The tide's starting to roll. Big gunny win on the inside, and that's a full wipe. The nade shot over the top. Bacon, Trix, all sent back to the spawn, and that just might do it. Ladies and gentlemen, game 1 down to the wire. Only 5 seconds needed. Make it 3. That is it. No one in sight. 250 to 235. Let's go. Game 1 in the bags.
The passion from TaKorea letting them know map 1 went their way, and they had to fight for it tooth and nail behind almost the entirety of that map 1. But finally, in the crucial moments, TaKorea shows up big. Sky gets the best play, but it doesn't matter because it ends with a loss. And I gotta talk about Qpin. That man is absolutely feeling himself right now. 36 and 28 from him, 29 non-traded kills, absolutely frying, and he's got a minute on the clock or on the till time. Qpin doing it all for TaKorea.
4,100 damage to go along with it too. Man was all over the map. An absolute demon. If you are Coastal Gaming, you gotta find a way to answer back. That guy came in, guns a-blazing. We asked what the over-under for caffeine and other, accessories to get started here for day 1. That man's took it all right? There was no question about it. A lot of passion in the pit. You heard it yesterday. I heard it too, man. At one point, there was a lot of shit on, and there was a lot of... There was, a lot of, yelling and screaming. And then at one point, I heard a guy barking. I was just like, what the hell's going on in there, man? Absolute crazy as we get geared up for game number 2. Deathborn, talk to me. A 20-point advantage damn near through the entirety of that entire hard point. What went wrong towards the end for Coastal Gaming?
Coastal Gaming did the little things right early in that map number 1. They were making sure they were on top of the rotations for these big hills. P2s, P3s, P4s. They were rotated early in that first set of rotations and in the early portion of the second set of rotations. But as we got into the third set, it was TaKorea starting to emphasize rotating early, and then they get most of that time, and that 20-point deficit starts to close in. And then we just talk about Qpin takeover towards the last few seconds. We get over to that P3. I was looking towards mid. Qpin chows it out, finds a big 2-piece to push that wave back. Qpin shows up, and that allows TaKorea to get it done there in that map number 1. So if you're Coastal Gaming, you can't allow the game to get too hectic for you. You started off phenomenal, and then you lost that game plan towards the middle, towards the end of that game one. You need to make sure you're executing the entire time that you're playing, and I think you'll be all right. But we go to map 2, and we talked about S&D was a pressure point for both of these teams. Coastal Gaming, it is your pick. Verdict, do you think they can get it done here in order to bring them back 1-1 in the series?
I mean, that's a lot of momentum coming off of map 1 where you just won off of your opponent's map pick. Maybe that's the case here in this one. Krylix looking to throw a shoulder over the top side of the A bomb site. Hotel. An absolute bloodbath here in a moment. 8 shots out. Here comes a chow. Big gunny one by Trix, and that's going to be your opening blood there for the side of Coastal Gaming. Bacon also going to be able to get one off screen. Q-Pan, the demon from map number 1, not going to be a threat here in this first opening round. As we're down quickly. 4 players left standing on the left-hand side of your screen. What does Wunga and AP Sully have in the bag?
2v4, Trix is able to take him down. Now it's all up to Wunga. Wunga with the sniper finds one. Now going to be a 2-player 1v3, and Wunga will go down. Coastal Gaming get round 1. And Verdict, you want to talk about how you want to bounce back in map 2. That's exactly what you want to do if you're Coastal Gaming. You wipe them with only dropping 1 player. Coastal Gaming now looking to bring that momentum into round 2 to make sure they can get an early lead here in this S&D.
Absolutely. That's the kind of energy you need to bring in here. But as a competitive team, you never really look at rounds 1s and seeing like that's just going to dictate the pace for the game. Obviously, it can set a tone, but you're trying to get information. You're trying to gather as much as you can. See what you can get away with, right? That's the purpose of round 1s. We'll get a flip here in a second. We'll see if TaKorea can do something on the offense. Now, it's the first round. We all know it's a little bug. You got to plant that bomb. It's got to explode. Everybody's obviously dead. We're just trying to fill this space, but TaKorea down, certainly not out. Coastal Gaming coming out swinging. I love to see it.
Verdict, tell me, snipers are back in this Black Ops 7 title. Are you pro snipers or against snipers being back? Because it does add a whole nother element to the game.
I'm pro sniper. I am not pro smoke. I wish that we would have smokes in this. Obviously, the game, the smokes themselves just maybe not fitting as, can be seen as an unfair advantage, maybe a little bit of a one-way. But if you're gonna have snipes, you got to have something to offset that, and that's the only thing that I would say about this for snipers being in. I love to see a good snipe. Okay, that's just my only thing.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see them back. And just like that, Wunga able to find the first blood with that sniper. Takes down JT, so the numbers advantage goes the way of TaKorea. You see, they're starting to make their way over towards the A site. AP Sully able to take down Bacon, make it a 2v4. All up to Trix and Sky. You've got the A bomb site pressure, but Trix is going to back you up. And now you got to rethink. Do you want to push this over? Well, you've got Krylonix on a flank, and he's able to take down Sky, make it a 1v4. Trix going to have a Herculean effort, and he will find nothing. TaKorea an answer in round 2. They tie things up 1-1 here.
A great answer back there from TaKorea. This seems to be one of those maps that could be a 50-50 flip. Obviously, the attack so far has been 100% success. We'll see how the game progresses. We'll get a second chance opportunity for the defense to strike back for TaKorea. Obviously, looking to go up 2-0 in this series. Right now, they're tied in the search and destroy. And the snipers coming in through full effect there for Wunga. 2 kills on board for the man himself. And a split decision after the first 2 rounds. We'll see what the adjustments are made here for TaKorea and what kind of pressure points we'll see from Coastal Gaming being hit here on the opening break.
Offense has been reigning supreme so far. Wunga cut down immediately. Bacon's able to find that kill. 3-player slide out. Hello. Q-Pan able to take down Bacon. Trix will find AP Sully, so the numbers advantage going to be the way of Coastal Gaming. Left to 1 in Q-Pan. He finds nothing. And talk about a lightning round there, Verdict. They were absolutely flying at each other over towards that A bomb site. And it was the side of Coastal Gaming able to take the round this time around. And it's been offense after offense getting it done.
Absolutely. I love the adjustments. Now, did I like the outcome? Probably not. You know, the headspace was there. The creativity's there. Let's just smash that hotel lane. What are they going to do? 1 player standing, 3 gunnies at your face. Well, you start getting a little panicky after you get possession of that site. And then things start to turn from, great to absolutely horrid as 3 players almost fell instantly. So you've got the right idea. Can you capture the objective and then also double back on the backspin? Q-Pan going to be tag teamed up. JT going to be getting credit for the kills. And that's going to be the defense taking the advantage off the rip. 4-3 here in the life count.
AP Sully just trying to find a trade. Will not be able to find it. Sky's able to take him down instead. So now a 2v4. Wonga and Krylonix left alone to try to get this done here in round number 4. We might finally see a defense be taken because that bomb is down and they know Bacon going to be there. Oh, Krylonix doesn't get the kill. A bit too early with the shots, and now that's going to be the information gained. Krylonix cut down. Sky's able to find that one, and Wonga left in a 1v4. No hope there with the sniper in hand. And Coastal Gaming starting to take a lead here in map 2.
Brother put his gun on semi-automatic. I know exactly that feeling, dude. Sometimes it happens. You can see it. He shot once, he shot twice. Like, God dang it. Sometimes you slip up in the pregame. Sometimes, you know, when the rounds flip, you accidentally mash a button. Maybe the nerves getting the best of you. A very, you know, concerning portion of that round, but let's be real. They were down to 4 players left standing. There was a possibility, just not very likely. 3-1 lead now mounting. Coastal Gaming taking the advantage and running away with it. Bomb's going to be collected over towards that hotel site. They will go. No, it's a B side hit. Looks like they're going to be smashing. Oh, Wonga, big shots coming through. Oh! Make it 2, baby.
Wonga looking for another. Bacon going to be here. Spots out one. What can Bacon do? Well, Wonga is lying in wait. You peek your head too far and you will go down. Everyone's here for the side of TaKorea, and now it's a 1v4 for Trix. He will fall. 2 defenses back to back, and it was Wonga showing up big with that sniper, able to find that 2-piece to kick things off, and that's where the snipers really come into play here.
Absolutely. Good adjustment there. The defense, they full stack it towards that B site. Great read. Obviously, if you're playing Jedi mind tricks with your opponent, A has been successful all throughout the entirety of this game. And for Coastal Gaming, now they flip it up. And, well, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, I love the creativity and the mindset there. Payoff round, 3-2. TaKorea starting to chip away at the lead. Starting to get reminiscence of that hard point. Maybe we start to see the comeback come through early on. Let's see what they can do on their attacking round.
A-site, been the bread and butter for TaKorea. They're going to try to push their way here once more. JT, the lone defender, he's going to get some shots in 6 HP, just has to back up for now. You will have AP Sully looking to take you down. The shots will come in, and JT will fall. Krylonix gets some shots into Bacon, but not going to be able to find that kill. Wonga strikes with the pistol, and now a 2v4. Trix and Sky left alone. Will be AP Sully able to take down Trix. Sky takes down AP Sully. Now a 1v3, all up to Sky, and we haven't seen any clutches yet. Maybe this is his moment.
1v3 moment. Bombs planted. 37 seconds on the clock, and that will go boom. Got about 25 seconds to make your move. Got to get 3 kills or defuse. Either way it happens. Sky rips 1. 1v2 now looking pretty doable. We'll see if he can make his way on towards the site effectively. Up top, you got 1 in the rafters waiting to take you down. Bacon. I'm sorry, Q-Pan on the outskirts, rather. Looking to play spoilers. He is just there for insurance. Here comes a Chow up top. Doesn't see it coming. Sky going to be able to get away with high rate robbery. Bomb's going to be spotted. Q-Pan doesn't let the clutch happen. That is going to be another round in favor of TaKorea. Deathworm, wow. What a way to bounce back here early, as morale could have gone down, but instead we've got 2 rounds going back to back for the boys over at TaKorea.
TaKorea able to tie things up. It got a little bit mixy there for a second. It looked like he might be able to pull off that 1v3. Q-Pan being very smart just to sit back, wait for that timer to go down before you check the bomb, and then you get the round win. We'll be over to that defensive side. If you're TaKorea, Coastal Gaming, you didn't find success over towards B. A has worked out for you. I'm guessing you're going to go right back that way, and you're posturing it as well. But now you look at TaKorea, all 4 players going to be here. They're flying towards this site. It's going to be an absolute bang out. Wonga shots in, not going to be able to find any kills so far. Will be Q-Pan, starting to push his way forward as well. You spot out 2 players. Trix hops up. That's going to be a freebie. AP Sully and Q-Pan find 2 kills. 1 more here for Bacon. No, Bacon's able to take down 1. Bacon finds a 2-piece. AP Sully finally cuts him down, and now a 1v2. It's all up to Sky.
There it is. There's those adjustments. You remember back in round 3 we were talking about smashing that hotel lane and getting the control. That time they did it, and they did it. It didn't get over aggressive with it, which is what we love to see. Obviously, they take the round there. They find the kills on the initial opening. They retreat back slightly. They don't overextend. They get the round win.
This has been back and forth between these two teams. TaKorea wants to take that 2-map advantage. Coastal Gaming wants to tie things up 1-1. And Verdict, you cannot allow TaKorea to get this done if you're Coastal Gaming. A reverse sweep is so much harder to do than just to win this map and give yourself some extra chances, a little bit more wiggle room. Well, TaKorea is going to push over towards the B site, and it looks like Coastal Gaming not reading it immediately, but now they're starting to rotate their way over.
Sky on the middle of the map, looking for a route, looking for anybody who's going to be pacing through. Wonga calls his number, buddy. You pass through my line of sight, you will get absolutely destroyed. The sniper's coming through effectively here in the search and destroy. 7-3 for the man Cheeto himself. All gas, no brakes here for the boys over at TaKorea. Looking to get a little bit of ante here on towards this A objective rather. The hotel site has been a hot and heavy point. JT looking to shut the push down. Gonna get some shots on through. That's gonna force the bomb carrier back, but AP Sully up top looking to play spoilers.
I love the patience out of TaKorea here. Don't throw yourself at it if it's not there. Will be Wonga, 10 HP, almost got ripped down, able to get out with his life. Now they'll double back over towards the A site as they've got these players from Coastal Gaming to move. Trix is able to get some shots into one, but won't find the kill. Cupan will, though. Takes down one. Cupan finds a second. JT left alone against the 3 players from TaKorea. JT, what can you do? If you lose this round, you go down 5-3, and then you're going to have to win 3 in a row, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Verdict, tell me, do you believe in the 5-3 curse? Because that's what Coastal Gaming needs to happen.
Yeah, if you can find 3, you can. If you found 3, you can find 3 more. That's an absolute, essential. But you heard the 5s in there. Like TaKorea's talking ish. They're calling them dog crap. Like, I mean, I'm being light here, obviously, for broadcasting purposes. I don't know what we can get away with here on Twitch TV, but, buddy, let me just tell you, they were letting them have it, letting them have the business. Right now, they have a potential to go up 2-0. Coastal Gaming, you found 3 early on in this search and destroy. You're going to need to find 3 more to take the win and tie us up in the series count. Let's see what you got here in the potential last round.
The A push coming in again from Coastal Gaming. Bacon, the front man here, will be the bomb carrier as well. Now going to be AP Sully having to back up. Krylonix with the nade, takes down Trix. Numbers advantage the way of TaKorea. And now you look at Cupan. He's on this flank route. He could show up big to take down Sky. They will spot each other, and Cupan wins that gunfight. Now going to be a 2v4. Bacon and JT left alone. Your map 2 hopes on the line.
Yo, Cupan. What a dog. 8-4 here, 36 in the hard point. JT, you've got plenty to shoot from. They're all just going to throw some shoulders. Sniper's not going to get off the shots, but it's AP Sully who's going to be able to bang you through the walls, buddy. This is the beginning of the end. Bacon's going to need to crisp. 1v4, it ain't happening. 6-3 victory, Dephorn. We're on match point.
We're on map point indeed. TaKorea win map 1, and now they win map 2. What was very close in both of these, TaKorea has been able to have that extra edge in order to get things done. You look at Cupan, 9-4, another great game for him, but Wonga with the sniper, 7-3 for him. Showed up huge. He defined rounds with that sniper. We talk about the side of Coastal Gaming going over towards the B site. Wonga shut it down immediately. It felt like it limited the options of Coastal Gaming, where they had to go towards A, and then they just fly into Cupan. They fly into the rest of TaKorea, played right into the hands, and TaKorea get the round win. So now you're down 2-0. Verdict, tell me, what does Coastal Gaming need to do in order to bounce back here in map 3, in order to make sure they don't just get 3-0'd here in winners round 1?
They have the graces of playing a new game mode that we haven't seen just yet here in the opening kickoff for this event. Obviously, it was a close hard point. They get dog walked in the search after having, a tough opening start. It was back and forth, and then all of a sudden they just lose grasp of, what the strategy was. They start making they start pushing the lanes that just weren't working. The mid game adjustments just weren't there. Overload on Din should be your saving grace. There's no VOD that came from yesterday. Obviously, not many matches went to a game 3 for both of these opponents. For TaKorea did, but there's not much VOD on it, and there's not much playability on it either, too. So they've got the entry of of having a newly, fresh game mode being tossed into the mix. So see if they can take advantage of it.
Absolutely. It's one where Gunny is really going to matter. It's going to be harder to play for that objective in this game mode just because you don't have a ton of reps on it, so you don't know the minutiae of Overload quite yet. So if you can just outslay, which Coastal Gaming did do in that map number 1, everyone was positive for them for the most part, especially early in it. I think that's really going to play into Coastal Gaming's ability to get these early round wins in order to take this map number 3 and start to right the ship. But you can't look at map 4, you can't look at map 5, you gotta get it done here in map 3 if you're Coastal Gaming, and that's what they're gonna have to worry about when we come back. But for now, we are going to send you to a very brief break, but don't go anywhere because we've got plenty more Black Ops 7 action, plenty more launch event action to come at you. But first, we're going to send you to that brief break. A brief break is what we said, and a brief break indeed. We are back and ready to get things back underway. Map 3 all loaded up, and TaKorea 1 map away from advancing on to winners round 2. Coastal Gaming backs against the wall. Can they find a way to get this series extended? Well, it all happens here.
We'll see now. We're just playing for the picks off the rip. One go. Okay, heat check, buddy. Okay, Bacon's going to be able to get your trade. Middle of the map going to be possessed. Bar. The EMP is going to be collected. The beacon. I don't know what we're going to call this thing. Obviously, the AI calls it one thing, but nonetheless, going to be collected by player number 3 in Bacon. He's going to be looking to get a little bit of map control on the backside. Sky's there for the pistol, but the kill's going to come through in purple. Coastal Gaming starting off strong here as they're going to be able to get the first overload.
Big for Coastal Gaming here to get that momentum going back their way. Now, can you tie 2 together? Bacon's able to find a 2-piece. Will finally be cut down by Wunga, but EMP going to be down. Well, who will collect it first? You've got Wunga close to it. Is able to find the kill onto Trix. Now going to be looking for more. Where is the rest of Coastal Gaming? Well, they're all the way back towards their spawn, just looking to defend here, but the kill's going to go the way of TaKorea. Wunga started to make his way forward. He's protecting that site. He's able to take down Sky, and that's going to be an answer from TaKorea. Immediately 1-1.
Yep, great way of counting your kills. Get the backline control. You've got players coming off that respawn and very briefly get taken down. Trix in the middle of the map looking to get establishes. Coastal Gaming going to be able to pick up the EMP off the rip, but it is going to be a shutdown. Wunga starting up. My God, you step in his line of sight, baby. He will rip you off any heady. Surely enough, he's on a spree. I mean, Deathborn, give him the MVP of this game if they win it.
Absolutely popping off his Wunga right now. There will be players to contest, and that's going to be Bacon, JT, and Sky all able to find kills, and that will cause that EMP to go into their hands. And now they will try their push over toward the TaKorea side. Will be a 2-for-1 exchange, make it a 3-for-1 as Bacon finds the 2-piece, and now he'll go back to collect that EMP. Started to make his way forward. You haven't really gotten past that 50-yard line. You're going to have to regroup, but still, nonetheless, Coastal Gaming with the advantage right now.
Coastal Gaming with the advantage. EMP is going to be dropped. Oh, Q-Pan doesn't know where he's shooting at. Maybe gets a bit too anxious with the rotation. JT going to be ripped too. The bomb or the EMP carrier now going to be on a solo mission. What? just does it right in front of you, and he's going to be in your spawn getting kills. Tricks. Doing tricks on him right now. Houdini with that one. I'm not sure. Did he have an invisibility cloak on? Everyone was coming off the respawns, and now he is just feasting on you. 9 and 6, a 4 streak, 2 streaks would go huge if he's continuing this.
I loved the play from Sky on that one. He made sure to take a long route in order to draw the attention there, make everyone turn around, and it just allowed Tricks to go in for free and find that second capture. Now will be the side of TaKorea with the EMP. Starting to push over towards this roof side. JT just dipping, diving. Bacon's able to find a big double. Wonga finally able to trade him out. Krylonix takes down JT, and now you've opened up this side, but do you know Tricks is there? You do, and you cut him down. Krylonix a big kill, but you still got to worry about Sky, and Sky holds the line. Coastal Gaming make sure that TaKorea can't answer, and they'll reclaim the EMP.
That's a nasty heady there to get ripped off of. You got to be able to read the map there in that instance. Everyone's just heavy, gung-ho on trying to get that objective towards the capture zone. Very unfortunate as the EMP does get reset. We'll see a scramble over towards it. 3 players make it 4. Making their way through. QPan not going to be able to win the gunfight on the initial opening. Bacon's going to be able to make something happen here on towards the outer sides of the map. Krylonix is in your backline. He's a threat you have to deal with. Sky is certainly there for the trade.
Wonga starting to push forward over towards this site. You got that EMP in hand. You just got to find 2 kills, but that's not going to happen because Bacon and Tricks are able to take you down. There's one last player here, and he will be cut down as well. QPan finds nothing. Krylonix just going to have to back up, just try to play some defense now that the bomb has switched hands. Will be Krylonix able to find one, finds a second. One shot was JT, and Krylonix finds the kill. Now will be pushed back. 38 seconds left to play with. The time dwindling down, and if you're Coastal Gaming, you can kind of just play defensive here. You don't need to capture. You don't need to go and capture another one. You just got to make sure TaKorea can't get this EMP.
Yeah, just play keep away at this particular point. It's, you know, halftime that we're approaching. You're up 2-1. No need to get too aggressive. No need to do anything crazy. AP Sully going to get ripped. This might be a call here. We got 3 players stacking it. Hell, 15 seconds. Roll. Run it. Audible's called. Everyone is in full formation. 2 players through the front, the tip of the spear. JT not going to be able to win the gunfight. Wonga going to be able to get the trades. The EMP is going to get dropped, but nonetheless, nobody's going to be able to score. A great last-ditch effort. Unfortunately, falls short of getting the capture. We'll see if that comes back and haunt them. They're only up by 1 round. We'll see how crazy things get on the flip side of things.
Coastal Gaming with the advantage. TaKorea going to have to battle back once again in this map. They have done it on that map 1. They had to battle back, and they proved up to the challenge. Now can they do it again? We saw Wonga starting off hot early. Now he's negative, sitting at 12 and 5, and it has been Bacon for the side of Coastal Gaming, absolutely popping off. He's been able to find 2-piece after 2-piece. He's 19 and 10 right now. You look at Sky as well, 15 and 9. Those 2 have been the players to watch out for Coastal Gaming, starting to find some life here in this series.
Never too late. Reverse sweep up for grabs. Big opening gunfight. There's AP Sully able to rip Tricks off the heady. Middle of the map in full effect there. 3 down in purple. Coastal Gaming down to 1 player left standing. Tricks just going to be the backline defense. And surely enough is not going to get too aggressive with it. Full wipe now as things are starting to get a bit aggressive. AP Sully and crew looking to make sure they get this opening cap, but the initial gunfights towards this A objective going to be faring in favor of Coastal Gaming. Cryolix going to get shut down too. Your bomb or your EMP carrier still very much so active. Well, I say that, and then surely enough gets absolutely destroyed.
I do like that from Krylonix to bring that EMP back towards the center, make the side of Coastal Gaming have to work for it, but they will do exactly that. They're able to find the kills in order to collect. You will have Sky over towards that site in order to play spoiler as well. You're going to find the kills, and now can you get it there in time? You still got 1 left. AP Sully. AP Sully shows up big momentarily, but JT finds the final kill. Oh, a last-ditch effort. TaKorea will hold the line, and you will not capture it if you're Coastal Gaming. TaKorea still only 1 down.
Yeah, but they're still in enemy territory right now. They got to get this EMP out. Clutch play off the respawn. TaKorea saves it by a thread. And Sky and crew are starting to feel the full effects here. Looking for the kills on the push of the initial out of spawn. Not successful here for TaKorea. This one could get lethal. Sky's going to be able to collect the objective. And now the kills are coming through in purple. This one's starting to light up. Oh, two-piece Cryolix. And a massive shutdown as they are yet again going to be cut in half right before they can cap. Yes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got melees out here, buddy.
Will be capture there for the side of Coastal Gaming. So a last-ditch effort. Coastal Gaming get it done and take the 2 capture lead. Now, TaKorea, you only got 2 minutes and 50 seconds in order to get these 2 caps. Will be the EMP back in the hands of Coastal Gaming. Bacon started to push his way forward. A 1-for-1 exchange to start things off. EMP over towards the rooftops. Bacon looking to make a flank play here. We'll see if this gets read out. Q-Pin hops up. Sky's able to take down Krylonix. Will be Q-Pin able to take down 1. Q-Pin finds a second. A 2-piece from Q-Pin. Wonga finds a 3rd onto Bacon. Bacon will be able to find 1, though. Trix is able to take down Wonga. Now, can you get it there in time? You were oh so close, but Coastal Gaming hold the line, and still a 2 capture lead for Coastal Gaming.
That's one of those moments where you got to be all gas, no brakes. You know they're coming off the spawn. You're pushing that left lane. You're obviously pushing their spawns back towards that back right. They are coming so far back. If you just tuck that gunny back, pull out your melee, and make the run, you're absolutely going to get there. Going to be a moment that we reevaluate whenever we get to the end of this game. 3-1 lead still in favor of the boys in purple, looking to extend this series to a game 4. Necessary. They win this one. The overload so far is in their favor. AP Sully looking to get antsy on towards this site is effective. Sky in the middle of the map looking to cut him in half on the rotation. Your EMP still in AP Sully's hand, but I mean, look at it. Oh my. Okay, he dug himself out. But I mean, all you're doing is just giving them free space on this one. Might be a recipe for disaster.
Time dwindling, and now they might have been able to get into that A site. Can you cut him down before he does? And you will. JT still going to be here, able to get shots on a 2, but cannot find either kill. And now a minute 19. You gotta play perfect Call of Duty if you're TaKorea, if you want to tie things up. Can you get it there in time? There's only 1 over towards this bottom side, and that's going to be Trix, taken down by Wonga. So now you've cleared some space. You're trying to get over towards the A site. You've got Wonga pushed up, trying to take down another, and that's going to be 2 down in the feed. Krylonix and Wonga showing up big. Can you get the EMP there in time? Trix just going to try to hold the line, hold things down. You gotta get there, you gotta go, but no, Sky shows up from behind. The flank route is huge, and 52 seconds, that might have been the nail in the coffin for Coastal Gaming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't get enough of our voices, we are guaranteed a game 4 here, bar a miracle. Wonga, middle of the map, he's gonna have to swing. Big Wonga's here in order to make this happen. No breaks here necessary. All push towards the objective. 3 players just waiting for you. They're going to gun him down in cold blood. 30 seconds remaining. Nailed in a coffin. Make it 2, make it 3. This should be the final entendre. Coastal Gaming. Saved by the thread here of this game 3. A new game mode that they seem to be playing very well so far.
Yeah, it seems like this has been a point of emphasis for them. They looked phenomenal in this game mode Overload. They played it to perfection. They knew when to push forward quickly and when you need to sit back and wait for the help to come in order to break open some routes. And that's where you saw Trix get in on that free capture. It's one of those things where TaKorea doesn't look as well practiced here on Overload, because you saw like Wonga pushed up with that EMP. He went slow and he should have just flown at it, because like you said, they were coming off the spawn. It allowed them to get back in time and make sure that capture doesn't go through. And now Coastal Gaming, signs of life. They get map 3 to go their way, and we have extended this series. Verdict, tell me, do you think we're getting to map 5?
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm still trying to break down and dissolve everything that just happened there in that one. A few moments of hesitation, a few hiccups, a little bit of uncertainty. I mean, it would have probably just led to a tie. I don't know. Getting into this hardpoint on Scar, if it's anything like the Den hardpoint, it's a toss-up, man. I'm going to be honest with you. At the end, it was literally TaKorea just coming through when it mattered the most. And being able to adapt in real time on that P2 rotation, which is what really saved them, because they get the hold, they get that full 40 seconds or so, they gain control of the lead, and they never really look back. So trailing 20 points a game and then being able to come back and putting up a massive money hill like that is huge. That's the kind of resilience you want to see out of a team to win a hardpoint.
Absolutely, but it was close on that first hard point. We'll see if Coastal Gaming can do it again, where they had that early lead. It was just those final moments that finally went the way of TaKorea. If this does go to that map number 5, S&D, TaKorea showed up a lot better there on that Scar, but now we go over to Den. Maybe Den is going to be a pick for them that's better, but we look, Coastal Gaming picked map 2, and that was, I thought, a must-win for them in order to give themselves a big advantage going into the latter half of this series. Instead, they let it go over to TaKorea. So Coastal Gaming, you're now fighting from behind, but you're going into your hard point pick in Scar. This is one where you need to be on the same page. You need to make sure you're rotating early like you were doing in that map number 1, the first rotation, and that will be big in order to get things done. And I think verdict, I think Coastal Gaming's going to do it. I think we're going the distance and getting that map 5.
I love that energy, man. How much caffeine did you consume here in this this open? I know you had to be up early for this one, buddy. You're live in person. I know the vibes are immaculate. I just be hitting the highs of everyone around me, man. Just feeling those vibes. I'm starting to feel it through the microphone, through the headset, buddy. I'm feeling it. If we get a game 5, I'm loving it. I'm still calling TaKorea though, just because the search and destroy adjustments for them look so much better. After the first 1 or 2 or 3 rounds, it just seemed like Coastal Gaming became one-dimensional, or they just weren't thinking of what they wanted to do. They weren't taking the time that they needed to, construct some kind of, plan and orchestrate it and execute. But that's neither here nor there. We got to get there first. The Scar hardpoint is where we must see Coastal Gaming take in order to get to that game 5. And look, what a way to start the series off. If the day off, we go to a game 5, that's immaculate.
It's always how I want to start my days off, is a best of 5 going the distance. But we talk about Coastal Gaming and their players for a second. Sky, 35-18 on that overload. He was the difference maker in order for them to get it done. I'm looking at Sky. I'm looking at Bacon. These two have been the players that have been able to find the kills. They need to show up big here in this map number 4 if they want to make it go the distance. Early P1 time, going to go the way of TaKorea here early.
Oh, yeah, early indeed. That's it. It's going to be a very mixy one right there on the crash side. Burn pile, if you want to say. QPan not going to be able to win the gunfight. Bacon starting to get hot. One streak there for him, looking to get collection onto the objective. Gets a little bit of help there from the nade shot as well, with Sky coming through for full effect. Topside fire is where we're going to see the players from TaKorea. The contest's going to come through. Literally a nail-to-nail, very close affair here in this first, and we're just going to head back to the lobby. I knew something wasn't right. What happened, bud?
Yeah, something seemed off there, and so we will have to get a reset to kick things off for that map for Scar. We saw TaKorea was able to get some early time, but Coastal Gaming broke right back in. We'll see if that is going to be the same thing that happens when we get back into this. But Coastal Gaming, it's been Sky and Bacon. I talked about really showing up for this squad. On the flip side, TaKorea, I felt like in that map number 1, when Chidawanga when he started slow and wasn't able to keep up with the kills, that's really when TaKorea was going down, because the rest of the squad, QPan and Co, were playing extremely well, but it was Chidawanga who was triple negative at first, and then we saw in the latter half he started to find a lot of those kills. So I'm really looking at Wanga to continue to slay out. I think he's warmed up, and I think that's been a big difference maker for the side of TaKorea in order to get things done in the latter halves of that map 1 and in that map 2.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You get Wanga going, that is going to be an absolute masterclass for TaKorea as well. QPan kind of fell off after I kind of hyped, I kind of glazed him in chat. I was like, dude, is QPan him, chat? Is he the new coming here for this roster? Kind of fell flat there in that overload, but nonetheless here it's a moment of redemption. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties rolling into our 4th map of this one. You can take a look at the man himself there, Cheeto, an absolute vibe. On the flip side of things, we got some jerseys coming through. We got, everyone kind of chewing gum, man. They're just trying to stay focused and locked in. Ain't nothing happening. No eye contact between anybody. They are face to the monitor, ready to load back into this one. We'll get him a second dosey-do now as we get geared up for Scar Hardpoint map number 4.
QPan answering the call, finds a 2-piece to start things off. JT answers, though. We'll be looking for a second. Krylonix will go down. JT with the 2-piece of his own. Time going to be contested momentarily. QPan will fall. Now going to be a back and forth affair. AP Sully won't be able to find that kill. Sky's able to take him down instead. Krylonix on top of this P1 time. 29 seconds left to vie for here. And really, you're just trying to keep things mixy on P1.
Absolutely. You see some routes going through on the backside, too, through that P3 site. In order to gain a little bit of map control, they're, going to go ahead and give away a little bit of time in order to have a better effort here at maintaining the site. Krylonix almost gets... Yeah, he does get the kill, but it's Tricks there for a quick trade. Hill's going to be unoccupied as we get geared up for P2. Saddle up as we roll on through to the hotel site. Upper and lower levels definitely going to be occupied. Right now, it's going to be lined up in red. Exit kill is going to come through for Krylonix, who's going to get taken down. Bacon on a nice two-piece is the opening objective. Breaks coming through. JT is him, buddy. Bacon, they've got the white. This is going to be a massive hold here for them.
JT, put some shots into the initial push. Will be Tricks able to take down one good. JT will fall. This is going to be a 2-3 momentarily. Will be Sky able to find a big two-piece, and time will go purple. Coastal Gaming have a 12-point lead and looking to continue that on. Wunga able to find one before he falls. Krylonix finds Bacon. JT and Sky find one apiece. Pinstripe kill feed, but the side of Coastal Gaming looking to reclaim this time, and they will do exactly that. 18 seconds left to gain here, and now will you push this one last time if you're TaKorea? Doesn't look like you will. You just want to sit back towards this side and play for that rotation.
Yeah, that's kind of questionable, man. If you're not going to get an early setup, there's no way that you're not just bashing it through. Obviously, it was a complete bash. Rotating into that P2 site, wave after wave after wave after wave is a mixy affair. Nonetheless, it's Coastal Gaming with a little bit of an advantage. 48-22, looking to cap off now as the early rotation is going to be won in red. TaKorea looking to take advantage of this opening P3 objective. First 15 seconds through, not a line of sight on it. Player number 8, Sky, needs to be dealt with. Gunnies are going to come through. Sky at a distance going to be able to piece on through, and that's going to be a break early here for Coastal Gaming, but it doesn't look like it's going to stick for very long.
TaKorea able to reclaim the time immediately. AP Sully, the front man, to try to hold things off, but will be taken down by Sky. Bacon just jumps out the window, ripped down immediately. Krylonix going to be cut down. Tricks is able to find a two-piece, make it a triple. Tricks showing up big now. That's going to be time going purple. Coastal Gaming do not want to give up this lead, and once again, Coastal Gaming taking an early lead in a hard point. It's just, can they hold on this time? Well, the rotation over to TaKorea here towards this P4.
A huge emphasis on playing the objective and being a part of it. 3 players stacking up. That can't happen. It's illegal. Tricks going to be able to get that 3-piece, gets a full wipe off of that objective, and a lot of scrap time going to be awarded to the boys in purple. Right now, it's going to be a little harder said than done. Stun's going to come through. Sky going to be able to find a 2-piece, but he's third for Bacon. The team kill coming through. That's unorthodox, but nonetheless, no harm, no foul. Damage now being done on this objective. Lee going to be transferred back in the hands of TaKorea. And it's going to continue to sway their way as Krylonix wins a big staircase gunfight. This lead's starting to be bursting out now. This is one of the harder objectives to break. You got to get this backside flip early if you want to do something here, Coastal.
A money hill indeed, and TaKorea have taken full advantage of it. Sky put some shots in early. That's going to be that's going to allow TaKorea to flip around and try to find this kill. Sky's just going to have to back up instead, and now we rotate over towards this next hill. Coastal Gaming making sure they're on top of it this time as they're down 30 points. They need a good hold here in order to tie things back up.
Yeah, back and forth here. We'll trade. This is money hill for money hill. P4 to P5. We go. We all know this site, one of the harder ones to break. You got to get the back line 100%. You can try and smash it through the front. But those spawns are just so fast to be able to recoup. You can already see nobody even remotely close to the first 20 seconds. Krylonix and Wonga now trying to tag team duo this. There goes the 3-piece. It's a pinstripe kill feed, but it's Tricks with a massive 2-piece that's going to be able to be the equalizer. AP Sully, the only player left on this side of the map to deal with. He's going to be left to play his life, and, well, that ain't too long of a life to be played. Another contest going to come through. Bodies being thrown, lead evaporated so far.
You talked about it, hard to bash this in through the front. Well, you have done it, but not before 30 seconds was captured by the side of Coastal Gaming, so they kept things close. Now the final 10 going to go orange. JT, the top side, able to take down one, finds the 2-piece, spots out AP Sully, shots down, but will not find the third kill. Still enough to back them off, and now we get into the second set of rotations, a 7-point differential, and we've got a close hard point once again.
Heavy emphasis here on P1 for the objective for the boys in red. That's TaKorea looking to maintain this lead, but it is big gunnies, one on the outskirts. Unoccupied for the time being. No, it is going to be Coastal Gaming looking to collect some time. No, Sky going to get shut down on the transition. QPan and crew are just playing keep away at this point. Mid-map control at an all-time high. Nobody shall pass through. And then 8 shots even come through for Wonga. Beautifully read. This one's starting to look like TaKorea might be able to run away with it.
Pushing forward is Coastal Gaming. Will you spot out number 2, Wonga? You will not. Wonga's able to take down 1 before he finally falls. P1 time, so much collected by TaKorea, and now JT shots down, able to take down Krylonix, just has to back up momentarily. Time still going orange, 5 seconds left to vie for here. Bacon will do exactly that. He's able to take down Wonga, a quick trade from Krylonix. Krylonix finds the double, and now we rotate over towards the P2 side, and it will be TaKorea there early. You got Trix and Co, though. 3 players here for Coastal Gaming. Can you break in? Time went white momentarily. Bacon will fall first. AP Sully able to find the initial kill. AP Sully finds a second. Wonga takes down Trix, and now 40 seconds still to fight for, and it will be TaKorea with the control.
Yeah, they're getting gashed at the moment. If it's not QPan, it's AP Sully. They're beaming. AR's coming through. Sky gonna go ahead and throw a shoulder at it too. Nade shot out. Oh, you can't really move that one. Tosses it back in. Bacon hard enough. Sky still able to win the gunfight. That's 2 down. Make it 3. Sky starting to heat up too. The objective now occupied in purple. Coastal Gaming down but not out. Last 20 seconds here on this breaker. Could be massive for them, but AP Sully just trying to wreak havoc on them from the backside. Nonetheless, time being collected in purple. Coastal Gaming starting to recoup.
We look at the scoreboard for a second, and AP Sully, 21 and 13. He's the one to watch out for from TaKorea. On the flip side, you have Trix, 23 and 23. No, Sky, 19 and 14. But then you have Bacon at 12 and 20. Bacon needs to pick it up here if you want to try to get this map win in order to get to that map number 5. But QPan shutting down those hopes with the 2-piece to start things off. On top of the time is TaKorea once more. A 30-point lead, and now you've got a great hold at it. Just going to be trying to rip them off of those headies. Bacon's able to take down QPan. Wonga backs up for now. Will be Wonga able to take down Bacon. And you got to break in here if you're Coastal Gaming.
Yeah, you can't be one-dimensional with this push. You got to collapse on this one. You can't get anything done through the front side. Those headies are absolutely nasty. JT going to be able to rip one as the bump on through. JT on a big gunfight here could be massive. Everything is needed, but it's Wonga there for the trades. As I said, the heavy emphasis on this objective. When there's 2-3 players there, it is very damn difficult to win ones and maintain it. Very fortunate for JT. The team comes through for Coastal Gaming. Now it's a big P4. Last time around, a win in favor of the boys over at TaKorea. JT and crew looking to bunk it down, though. We'll see how they can play this one as they got the backside spawns blocked off for the time being.
I love Coastal Gaming making those mid-map adjustments. Last time they realized how much they got gashed from this P4 hill. Well, this time they're going to be on top of the rotation and looking to bring it themselves back into it. Trix is able to take down Krylonix. The push going to be coming in, but Bacon and Sky shut that down immediately. AP Sully and Wonga will fall. Time still going purple. You still got to worry about QPan towards that top side. QPan's able to take down 1 with the nade, 1 with the gun. He takes down Sky. Now Bacon will fall. Now JT
big.
falls. QPan shows up big. And 23 seconds left to gain here. The 200-point threshold going to be crossed by TaKorea first. And now you have to play perfect Call of Duty if you're Coastal Gaming, rotating over towards this P5.
You know, QPan on a massive route there, gets that backside spawn, and surely enough, the break comes through. This is just one of those rotations where you can't smash it through the front. You can try. It's just going to lead to streaks. It's just going to lead to deaths. It's just going to lead to agony. AP Sully, the money man here up top, needs to stay alive. The 2 players up going to be able to get the spawns, and that is going to solidify an opening. Hellstorm missile going to be raining down, is going to get no hit. Nonetheless, backside spawn still locked down for Coastal Gaming. Trophy's going to be saving the lives up front. Krylix going to be shut down. No harm, no foul so far. Can Coastal Gaming hold the line?
TaKorea doing what we said the last time. You need to get over towards those back spawns, and they did exactly that. They now have claimed them for themselves, and 30 seconds left to gain here. You can't win it here, but you can get oh so close. Coastal Gaming, Sky able to take down 1. Finally, he will get traded out. That's going to be a pinstripe kill feed, but favoring TaKorea. 19 seconds left to gain here, and now you have to push this from the front if you're Coastal Gaming. Can you find the big kills? Who will step up? Sky able to take down Wonga. Sky started to push forward, hops out of the time to contest it momentarily. Krylonix is able to take down Sky. QPan, a 2-piece. Trix finds 1, but Krylonix shuts him down. 241 to 193. 9 seconds away from TaKorea winning this winners round 1.
Krylix on the objective. This is it. Moments away from solidifying themselves in the upper bracket, sending down Coastal Gaming to the lower. Bacon, last-ditch effort. If you are a Coastal Gaming fan, you must hold this line. Break must be coming through for TaKorea. 40 seconds left to play. Either team can win it off this. Maybe not so much for Coastal Gaming, but they have been flawless so far for the time being. Wonga trying to find something on the backside. Throws his shoulder, gets gunned down. AP Sully for the contest. Will he be able to win the gunfights? There's one player there, and he's going to be dealt with. This is it, the last stand.
5 seconds needed. TaKorea hops onto the time. It's 2 players left. It's 1. It's just Sky, and he will go down. TaKorea have done it. They have won it in map 4, 250 to what was it, 208 about, but nonetheless, TaKorea win both hard points. They win the S&D, only the Overload giving them problems, and it was everybody from TaKorea, but most importantly, QPan finding those 2 pieces in crucial times. Shows up big at the end of map 1, shows up big at the end of map 4, and they will advance themselves on to that winners round 2. And AP Sully 30 and 18, nothing to scoff at either. TaKorea looking like a team to watch out for in that winners bracket.
Yo, someone's got to find an answer for QPan, man. I know he went net neutral, but the amount of engagements my man is putting on. A big 4-game spread. They lose the split decision there on the Overload Den, obviously a newer game mode. So far on the, the classics, the Search and Destroy and Hardpoint, they were locked down 250 to 234. If you missed out on it, that was a banger. TaKorea was literally behind 20 points throughout the entirety of that game until the third set of hills. 6-3 in the Search and Destroy. Nothing split about that one. TaKorea just literally knew how to adjust middle of the map. And again, that last one was a banger. Came down to the wire. Was close until it wasn't. 250 to 218. The Scar Hardpoint going in favor of TaKorea as they're going to be moving on to the upper brackets, sending their opponents down to the lower. As you can see, they will be facing off against... Who is that? I don't know how to read a bracket, man. Come on. Where we at?
Phantom. They'll play Phantom in winners round 2.
There we go.
Yeah.
They said that earlier, and I just completely nixed it, didn't I?
And Phantom is a team that is one of the top to watch out for in this winners round 2. TaKorea going to have a tough time going into that winners round 2, trying to take them down, but they've been proving themselves. Flash me back a few years, because Cheeto Wonga back on the sticks is taking teams down once again. He's won in this arena before, and now looking to do it another time. Will be, you see Pinnacle as well. Pinnacle, a top team to watch out for. Shinto Gaming Club is one of my favorites coming in as well. So a lot of top-tier matchups that are still left for today, Verdict. And I think this is one that I'm excited to see who can make it out, because there's a lot of competition here. There's a lot of really strong teams in here that you got to worry about. So we'll see who can get it done here in the latter portions of this bracket. But we do. Verdict, we've got an interview. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Cheeto Wonga in the booth with us. And I'll go first. Cheeto, I said, you flash us back a few years. You've done this before. You have won events in this arena before. Do you think that you can do it again this time around?
I'm going to be honest. Online, we scrimmed for 5 days in a row. We won 3 maps out of 60. It was looking rough. We're all LAN players, so coming here we knew it would be a little better. Didn't know we'd beat teams that are playing all week, but I didn't expect to be here. I'm happy to be here. It's a great time. Winning? Probably not.
Oh, yeah. I love to hear that, Chidi. I don't know if you can hear me, but I got a question that everyone's wanting to know. What are your thoughts on snipers? Obviously, you popped off in that first opening. What are your thoughts on it? Is it balanced? Does it need something to counterbalance it, or you just play it as it is?
I think the maps right now require a sniper. Smokes might make it a little bit more balanced so you can hit some crosses, but S&D just plays so slow traditionally, especially in older games. So snipers, thermals were always, the go-to. But I think in this game it's perfect. I think one sniper per team holding crosses and allowing your subs to get up into angles is what it should be. So I think that it's playing perfectly right now.
I want to talk about the hard point for a second. We talk about the map 1. You were behind on the rotations a lot to start things off, and then you get to the latter portions of that map number 1. You were on top of the rotations, and that's what allowed you to come back. You were at a 20-point deficit almost the entire time, but you show up big. Who is that comms leader for you guys, or who's keeping those notes, that mental track that we need to be rotating earlier? Who was making those mid-adjustment calls for you guys in order to get it done?
I've been in IGL my whole life. And then with Gunny and QPan, like, they just run and gun. You know, they got to carry us, old guys. And then Ashton, he's never been to a LAN. This is his first event ever. Competing anything. He's never scrimmed. So, you know, kind of leading them in the pack. And then we weren't trying in the beginning because we didn't expect to make out of pools. So then we got here, we're like, oh, shit, we're just going to slam everybody, right? And then comms were slow. We were slow in rotation. We're ego challing. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Like, let's pull our heads out of our ass. So it was the second rotation. We're going to from Cobble to P3, and that's when I was like, yo, we need to, like, get this together. This is insane. And then, I don't know, the switch just happened. It was like 182-15, and then we won. And I was like, hey, not too bad.
Yeah, and you saw it in the map 4 as well. It felt like you guys had that flow back. You were thinking about it actively. We need to win these money hills, and that really allowed you to get things done. Verdict, any other questions before we let this man get out of here?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and hit it where, you know, maybe a little cushiony there, like the control, not the control rather, but the overload. Thoughts on the game mode? And I know that you're going to look back at that VOD and there may be, you know, some questionable decision, maybe a few hesitation, a few hiccups. We called it. Obviously, you guys can't see what we see. Yeah. But, you know, what are your thoughts on overload as a competitive game mode, as well as how it's played so far?
Overload should not be competitive. That was a pub map.
Okay.
That was terrible. The spawns were terrible. I don't know. So Q-Fan's like, oh, I know how to play this game. He's like, just hit out a lane and then hit out the objective. I was like, okay, perfect. So he kept running across the map, and then they're spawning right next to him. I was like, this is stupid. So I was like, let's change it up. So it was like 1-1, and then we're like, okay, let's just hold. Like, they're just running at us. And then we're holding, but by the time we kill them, we can't kill them again. So I was like, that's not working. And then the spawns are just horrendous. So QPan was in the back of the map, and they spawn side room right on the point. Like, there's no point for us to even push that out. The kills didn't matter. Like, you can get kills, didn't do anything. You can push up the map, doesn't matter. You're not blocking anything. And then the fact that if you jump off the map, the ball spawns right where you jumped off the map, that's insane. And then it switches between points every time. So one's on the left side, one's on the right. It's hard to get setups. And then the neutral points doesn't make any sense either. It should be 1 point at max. I don't know. Terrible game mode. That was a pub. That's the only map they won because they're terrible. Just kidding. I love those guys. But
I love that. I love that.
That's what we saw in that. It was like we saw the last second spawn ups where they were able to get the kills after you had wiped them. You're going to capture that objective, and they spawn up and are able to shoot you in the back before you can get there. It was crazy to see that. But, I mean, you guys were able to step back up in that map 4 and get things done. So we appreciate you. Oh, I did want to ask about the comms, or again about the energy that was over there. We saw you guys kind of yelling back and forth at each other. Are you here for the energy that everybody has? You know, telling everybody how they're feeling, or are you more of a tamer now that you're a little bit older?
So in my prime, you know, 2020, I was known for talking shit, taking off my shirt, pointing at people, screaming at everybody. I mean, no one was exempt from, you know, getting yelled at by Cheeto. Round 1 doesn't matter. But no, my teammates are a lot more passionate because they got a lot of flack online. They're playing on console. I'm playing on 100 ping from Nevada. So they have something to prove, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Cheeto, it was an absolute pleasure to have you on. That is going to be it from me and Verdict. Don't forget, this is the cast off. If you enjoyed us casting for you guys, go in, cast your votes. It'll be in the chat in order to do so. And then we have more phenomenal casters after us. So many great duos. So there's a ton of great Call of Duty left to play, a ton of great teams, a ton of great casters. So we appreciate you guys so much for listening to us. Verdict, any last words before we get out of here?
Guys, I need to do this more often. This was my very first mainline COD casting. I'm glad and grateful for the offer that, you know, the opportunity to come through. Make sure you go and vote for us so you can hear our voices more. I need more reps here in Black Ops 7. All right, that's going to be it for me.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure to be on the screen. An absolute pleasure to cast with you, Verdict. Everyone at home, don't go anywhere because plenty more Call of Duty going to be coming at you, but we'll get a swap for the casters. We'll get some other casters in the booth. So make sure you tune in because plenty more great action coming at you. This is the Black Ops 7 launch tournament, $6,000 prize pool on the line, and we'll catch you next time.